Imagine your wildest construction ambitions coming true, with costs that would raise the eyebrows of even the wealthiest magnates. Welcome to a world where prices soar to incredibility, and engineering marvels redefine what's possible. In this video, we will discover 7 of the world's most expensive construction projects. Number 7. Kansai International Airport in Japan. Imagine this. You are about to land at an airport that goes against the laws of nature, an airport that is something odd. Kansai International Airport isn't just near the water. And here's where things start to get really exciting. When this airport got the go-ahead, there was no land to build on. Well, no big deal. How to fix it? Start one. But how did they manage to do that? So they chose to play Earth Tetris for a while. They broke up not 1, not 2, but 3 mountains, and used thousands of heavy sandpipes to dump the pieces into the ocean. As a result, a beautiful man-made island rose from the deep blue sea like a phoenix. The year 1990 was very important. The once empty piece of water had been turned into an island where people from all over the world could stay. But that wasn't the end. This dream came true after 4 more years of hard work, changes, fixes, and even the building of a second runway. In 1994, Kansai International Airport opened for business, ready to show off its amazing engineering and stunning views of the sea. You might think, building an island and an airport from scratch must have cost an arm and a leg. Well, you're right, that is. How much in all? A staggering $20 billion. But let's be honest, you can't put a price on creativity or the feeling of landing on an island runway with the ocean as far as the eye can see. Well, you might be able to put a price on it, but it would be way out of this world. Even though it cost a lot and had problems that seemed impossible to solve, Kansai International Airport became a huge hit right away. Only in 2019, more than 28 million people left its terminals, making it Japan's 3rd largest airport. But hold on to your boarding passes, because it still has a ways to go before it catches up to Beijing's Capital International Airport, which reached 100 million passengers that same year. Number 6. Hinkley Point C, England. When Hinkley Point C was first thought of and the deal was signed in 2016, it was thought that it would cost $21.5 billion. This number was based on the size and scale of the project, which included building a nuclear power station to meet the UK's growing energy needs. But as the job went on, the budget grew by a lot more than expected. Today, that spending has skyrocketed to a staggering US $31 billion. One of the main reasons why the project's value went up was that Hinkley Point C had to deal with a number of problems and delays. Large-scale building projects, especially those in the nuclear industry, have to follow strict safety rules and be closely watched by regulators. When the project started, the French energy company EDF, which is in charge, said that the plant would be fully ready by 2026. The United Kingdom really needed to find a large source of low-carbon power quickly so it could meet its energy and climate goals. And as the project moved forward, it became clear that the original goal of 2026 would be hard to meet. In response, EDF gave a more current update, saying that Hinkley Point C would now be finished in 2027. It's true that time is money, but when you're building a nuclear power plant, it seems to be even more money. Now things start to get more interesting. To pay for these rising costs, EDF and its partner in this big project, China General Nuclear Power, might have to dig even deeper into their pockets. It's not over until it's over, as the saying goes. Number 5. Kashagan Field, Kazakhstan. The Kashagan Field is the stuff of legends. When it was found in 2000, it was called one of the best oil finds in the last 40 years. Imagine an underwater treasure box with enough oil to fill up to 12 billion barrels. That is so much black gold that even Texas would be jealous. It is right off the coast of Kazakhstan in the Caspian Sea. It is owned by a group of foreign organizations, such as Shell, Total Energies, and Inpex. The collaboration shows that the project is a group effort, with many people sharing their knowledge and resources. One of the most interesting things about the Kashagan field is that it is one of the most expensive oil field developments ever, with an expected cost of $50 billion. This high cost can be explained by the fact that working in the harsh and environmentally sensitive Caspian Sea area is hard on engineering and logistics. 2020 was the much-anticipated year when the first part of development would reach its highest level of production, which was expected to be a whopping 13 million tons of barrels. But here's where things get captivating. Kashagan's path to success did not go in a straight line. It was meant to start production back in 2005, but there were a lot of changes along the way. Production finally started on September 11, 2013, but fate had other ideas. Just as the pumps were getting ready to go, a broken pipeline stopped everything in its tracks. It was a warning that it wouldn't be easy to tame this huge sea creature. Changes had to be made to the oil and gas pipes for Kashagan field to work. It was a huge project that showed how determined and creative people can be. But the problems only made the win sweeter. And Kashagan field has every right to be on the list of the most expensive building projects in the world. Number 4, Dubai Land. Imagine a huge area in the middle of the United Arab Emirates where it seemed like anything was possible. That's what Dubai Land was all about, a big plan to change the way people around the world spend their free time and have fun. But why is it called Dubai Land? Well, some people thought that Dubai needed something huge that would draw families from all over the world. It wasn't just about building tall buildings and fancy hotels. It was also about making a place where everyone in the family could find happiness. Dubai Land was a project like no other. Every part of the pattern was a mosaic of Arabian folklore. Described as the Middle East's answer to Walt Disney World, it was a promise that everyone would have fun and be amazed for a long time. But as in every great story, there are some twists and turns in Dubai Land. In 2008, there was a financial disaster that shook the world and stopped building in this dreamland. But the dream was by no means over. In 2013, the building started up again, and Dubai Land rose from the ashes like a phoenix, ready to shine even better with a huge amount of up to $64 billion according to various reports. Number 3, Saudi Arabia's King Abdullah Economic City. In 2005, the first stone was put down for this bold project. It was named after the late King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, who himself was a dreamer, at an estimated cost of US $100 billion. The city's goal was to rise from the desert like a phoenix. What's the plan? To build a city that is bigger than Washington, D.C., and can house a whopping 2 million people. Now in 2015, the story is a little bit different. At that time, only 15% of this huge city had been built. But as you can see, waiting is a virtue in the world of big dreams. The promise of King Abdullah Economic City was not just for one day, but for many years to come. This city is about an hour and a half from Mecca, which is the spiritual heart of the Muslim world. It is more than just skyscrapers and factories. It's going to be a new jewel in Saudi Arabia's crown, a tourist destination with high-end hotels, houses, and universities. Now things are getting even more interesting. King Abdullah Economic City isn't just any project. It's being put together by M-Star Properties, a real estate company. You may know them from the Burj Khalifa, which is the largest building in the world. It shows that this project has a good track record. There is a greater reason behind all the glitz and glamour. The city wants to make the economies in the area more diverse so that Saudi Arabia can become a world economic powerhouse. It's not just a city, it's a dream, a future, and a heritage. Number 2, high-speed rail in California, US. Our story starts in 2015 when the first tracks for this ambitious high-speed train project were put in place. Step 1, the plan is to finish that by the year 2029. But here's where things get interesting. This project is known for going over price. The original spending plan? No longer. But it's now getting close to a crazy $98.5 billion. This isn't just any high-speed rail, it's something President Obama has promised since his first time in office. What's the deal? To build a high-speed train network that links major US cities. The first part of this big project will connect Madeira and Bakersfield. This will start a new age of getting things done. But that's only the start. To go from San Francisco to Los Angeles with trains that can go as fast as 220 miles per hour or 355 kilometers per hour, which is crazy fast. When we look into the future, the California high-speed rail isn't just a way to get from A to B, it's a trip into a successful future. Number 1, Neom, Saudi Arabia. Have you ever seen those Blade Runner-style ads on your phone for a place called Neom in Saudi Arabia and wondered if it's some kind of science fiction utopia? Well, hold on to your hats, because Neom is as real and crazy as it sounds. With a huge budget of $500 billion, Neom is the crown gem of Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 plan. Vision 2030 is a bold plan that started in 2016 to get Saudi Arabia's economy off of oil. Many people are cautious about this huge project, but it is already making waves as drilling work begins along its whole length. The line is a linear city that runs from the coast to the mountains along a fascinating 170 kilometers path through the desert. It's not just any city, it's a city of the future, with 2 towers that rise 500 meters high and are surrounded on all sides by huge mirrors. This is an example of zero-gravity urbanism, an idea that layers city functions vertically and makes it easy for people to move around in all directions. Once you get to Neom, you can say goodbye to the real world. There are no roads or cars. Instead, there are flying cabs. A high-speed train system says that it will take only 20 minutes to get from one end to the other. Avatars and holograms made by robots will soon be a normal part of life. When finished, the line could have as many as 9 million people living in it. Even if people laugh, Neom's bosses don't care. Remember, each project brings with it the promise of development, a look into a future where the boundaries of construction are yet to be determined. The world's most expensive construction projects are not only massive in scope, but also a testament to human creativity.